The home stretch, day 4 of the 1v1 tournament. There's plenty of excitement in the air as fans are rallying behind their favorite players. We've only got 4 contenders left. And here we go. We got to get into the first one. As Shocks mentioned, these are best of 3s. And starting on the blue side for Team Fire, legend has it, he feeds on the tears of high elo North American mid laners. That or Pulsa. Put your hands together for Bjergsen! And his opponent on the red side from Korea's LCK, the world's finalist ADC who's climbed the ladder with his marksman might. Put your hands together for PraY! There we have it, gentlemen. May the waves be ever in your favor. Let's lock and load.
All right, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Moving to Biz in the third here with James Stress O'Leary, and it's time for more 1v1s. However, these get a little bit harder for the players as you don't just bring out one champion. It's a best of 3. You have to have a strategy all game long, and these games definitely count.
Oh yeah, for anybody maybe that didn't catch the 1v1s before, let's quickly run over exactly how to win.
Yes.
100 CS, first blood, first tower, that's the name of the game. You've got to do it at least twice. 3 times is one too many, so it should be pretty good. As you said, strategy comes into it now. You've got to maybe have a second pick coming out.
Gotta have an ace up your sleeve. These guys have never gone for a turret. I don't know if we will see that. It usually gets a little too aggressive in the beginning of the game. But overall, we've had a lot of CS in the past few days, and that's mainly to Frog. We'll see him playing in just a little bit. Right now, Bjerg versus PraY. These guys have had kills all across the board, so expecting another kill throughout this matchup. Getting out of this group guarantees you 50 points. Staying in this semifinal group gets you 25 points for your team. So everybody's guaranteed now 25 points. Who is going to be on the stage?
Well, it's really, really important for our second game that Team Ice pick up points. But this one is a Team Fire, Team Kill, but it guarantees one. Yeah, it does, but it's also the good side of that is it guarantees a Team Fire player in the finals. So regardless here, they will be happy. They've already bagged this half of the bracket's points. One added dynamic to today's 1 versus 1s. Previously, the 2 opponents were able to talk to each other in Champion Select. Now they can talk to each other in-game as well.
No.
So,
that's fantastic.
Just in case you wanted to rub in
the
a little bit of the
mind game. It's so good.
So good.
Looks like they're in Champion Select. We'll be in there seeing what they pick and ban quite soon. There's been a lot of the Caitlyn, Kindred, Lucian, and Lulu being banned out in the past few days. Finally, a beautiful picture of Freak there over the shoulder of PraY. What a gorgeous gentleman he is. And we're going to see what these guys have for each other. Obviously, a little bit of chit-chat back and forth. We'll see if they spell anything out. The spelling bee has been a thing in the bans lately. It looks like it's just going to be a regular bans, though.
Wow, I don't know about regular. I was going to say, PraY's there like, I don't play Lux. I don't know whether you've ever seen me play this game, but it is...
I'm not going to lie. Thunderlord's Decree Lux is the bee's knees at this point. I absolutely love it.
It's the synergy once again. It's the double lift... well, it was
the Lucian ban. There it is.
Yeah, the Lucian ban. So... Lucian mirror matchup is what's coming up. We just saw Reckless say, I don't want to see a Lucian mirror matchup. We've had enough of them.
But he's like, you know what? But I'll pick it. So you're the bad guy if you pick it and mirror me. And it is probably going to be that mirror. One is locked in. They'll see it once both are. And they're going to be loading into game. So we'll have also what they're going, mainly Grasp of the Undying for these guys and the AD carries as they run through. And the Exhaust Ignite has kind of been the deal that they go through. We've seen 1v1 top lane tournaments, you know, on Twitch and stuff that people will realize Longsword pots, no, now Doran's pot, and it's evolved. But really, it's just been Grasp of the Undying, the Exhaust, and the Ignite. It's kind of sticking.
Oh yeah, it has been sticking. And you know, there's an interesting dynamic that, again, now that it's a best of 3, this will determine who has to ban Lucian in the second game. Because whoever wins on this is the better Lucian, so kind of that writes that, and it takes away a ban for game 2. Right?
How crappy would PraY feel though if he lost to Bjergsen on Lucian and then Bjergsen banned it? So he's like, you can't get that game back. No retribution there. You get nothing. That would be a bit of a mind game. A mind game on top of now being able to talk in game versus these guys. Yeah. And we'll see what they can do to each other. Blue versus red, Ice versus Fire, or Fire versus Fire, I should say. I looked at his desk, it was blue, but it is hot on the stage right now. Nar's happy, everyone's happy. You can see the crowd is packed. They are ready for some 1v1s here as the clock ticks down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start evening out what is going to happen here for the 1v1 finals. If Bjergsen moves on, he'll be facing either Doublelift or Froggen. If either of these two move on, I should say. They face Doublelift or Froggen in the finals.
Those are some real tough opponents. I mean, everyone in this, we've got 2 mid laners, 2 AD carries in this setup.
That's, yeah, great
all
point,
of them
great point.
are very well known for their mechanics. I mean, every single one of these is like, this guy's a god at his role. So now we're going to find out, is it mid laners, is it AD carries that can take the title?
Well, the 1v1 Snowdown Showdown is live. We're on to the abyss. Bjergsen versus PraY. We'll see who comes out on top for fire. Yes, they have to take their own teammate out, as we said before, but it's for the better. In the end, it's for the better.
In
Promise.
the end, yeah, it's okay. They'll all be able to rejoice in the extra points they'll get, but PraY kind of conceding the control of that bush to Bjergsen. But again, it is only a minor thing unless the Bjergsen can actually punish this. PraY will look to back up just as the wave comes in, and unless Bjergsen gets forced away, shouldn't really do too much. It will equalize out as the minion waves hit.
See where they go with this. It looks like they're just painting happy little smiley faces.
Happy face.
Happy little faces.
Putting happy little trees onto Howling Abyss.
No mistakes. There are mistakes. There very much are mistakes. All right, 1 CS each side. I don't know, PraY attacked a different minion. This may be in Bjergsen's favor now.
It may do. It actually isn't so much of a problem for PraY right now that he missed that first CS. As long as he gets the push at the same time, but that's all he's got to do is equalize, and he's actually ever so slightly ahead. He's about an auto up just from the extra damage that he got down onto the minions early on.
Patiently waiting, so he's going to drop the minions back so he has a little easier time to farm back here.
Yeah, and it's his first minion off the second wave that is going to give him level 2, so expect him to go all in, well, at least land damage down onto Bjergsen if Bjergsen can't equalize
100,000,000%.
There you go, though. Even timing on these two. It's going to be neck and neck for a long time.
See the movement as well. They're kind of keeping opposite sides of each other, mirroring that position so they don't get any auto attacks in. They're not wanting. See 8 to 8 here in CS. Very, very even. And I don't feel like they're going to miss any for quite some time unless they can actually get this minion wave to the turret. Bjergsen just walking that minion out to the side. And the trade so far, very respected by both sides. Nobody has gone all in, seeing the 2, and probably 3 is going to come out.
Yeah, it is off the...
All right.
Ooh. Good trade, good trade. Although Bjergsen does have slightly more mana, I'm kind of interested in whether either of them are running mana regen in this situation. Bjergsen will hit 3, PraY hits 3 as well. Both of them running 6, 6, 18, so going for that sustain build that we've seen before. Interested to see what runes and masteries are being run between these two. I'll take a look at them now.
All right, PraY taking a little bit more damage. Bjergsen does have a lead here as he's going to heal up a bit, but takes that light across the face. He is not feeling good. Remember, they can talk to each other. You see PraY smiling right now, knowing he got a bit of an advantage with that Q, but the mana is still low. Goes for the Relentless Pursuit and also hits the Q. Very nicely done with the Piercing Light. Now he's out of mana, though. He's got to be careful. Bjergsen still has a Pursuit under his belt, but cannot go for it. Relics have spawned. Looks like we'll get a little more back and forth.
Yeah, it looks like Bjergsen, I believe, has ever so slightly less armor in this trade. So it means every time that PraY trades into him, Bjergsen should take ever so slightly more damage from this. So PraY is going to look to utilize that, but I believe Bjergsen's traded at 4 slight mana regen. So we'll watch his mana bar as this game continues.
A lot of things we see is a mistimed exhaust within these fights as well. It throws things off greatly if you're to use that too late. You already took too much damage because then the Ignite just starts eating through you and you can't get done what you need to after the other guy's down with Ignite, or exhaust rather, because you're now getting exhausted. So it becomes a very tricky situation of who uses it first, or if you're the second guy to use it, you're going to be on top.
This is a very, very tense start to this game because it's, PraY does manage to take.
That's big.
That is a big, big factor there as PraY takes it. We'll get, of course, the regen off that.
It's one of those mechanics you got to think about. What side are you on when the time of the relic is going to spawn? Bjergsen mainly playing the left side the whole time so far, and that really played in favor of PraY. 5 as well. He's going to get 6 before Bjergsen does if he doesn't move back.
PraY is getting really good trades here. He's hitting both minions and Bjergsen. And what that's forcing is Bjergsen, as he takes more damage, forcing Bjergsen to try and counter push this wave because he doesn't want it pushing under the turret because that is what gives PraY so much freedom. And keep in mind, this version of Howling Abyss, the towers do extra damage to the creeps. 2 tower shots will kill a melee minion outright, so you can't let that happen. And the back creeps will get killed with, it's just 1 shot and then an auto. So it's very different to Summoner's Rift.
Try it, please. So, long swords on the side of PraY. Gotta get more long swords. And it looks like it's going to be more sustain on the side of Bjergsen. So he actually turns his long sword into a scepter. He'll come back to lane and actually maybe try to trade more in this instance.
The only problem with this is keep in mind that that's extra upfront health that PraY is going to have from
With
those Doran's blades. Plus he has that ever so slight more armor, so it means he should be able to trade initially more effectively, and then Bjergsen will have to just regen back up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working out too well right now. Still a relic behind PraY if he even needs to get it. Bjergsen's going to walk into his. It does not give him too much back. PraY has put him up and top off his health bar. And Bjergsen knows the damage trade is not in his favor right now. The CS is already starting to go in favor of PraY. The exhaust is down. There's the calling. What a last shot on the tail of Bjergsen, but it does not take him down. He may be forced to go back to base without another relic here. He's going to try to stay for the minion wave and for the levels. He's still not 6. This could be it. One more shot. Bjergsen goes down for game 1 of the best of 3. PraY takes it.
PraY does take it, just got better trades time and time again, was able to just survive through the damage of Bjergsen. And PraY, even though he used his Ignite earlier, had his exhaust still up, so even if Bjergsen had tried to go in with that Ignite of his own, he would have been fine. And you can see just hits the trade. The culling comes out from PraY a little later, not quite enough.
He timed that perfectly as his exhaust wore off.
Oh yeah.
That's just that second nature you have in the back of your head. You don't have to worry about what's on you. You know the play. You think about what your enemy is thinking about. You can get inside his head. Easy peasy for PraY there.
And that was such a tough spot for Bjergsen because he can't really back away, because if he recalls, he loses about 10 creeps to the tower.
2 ways behind.
Yeah, and he was already a good 8 down at that point. So what do? Do you try and stick around? Do you try and dodge out the piercing light? And really not a lot that could happen there. Bjergsen just fell a little too far behind. We'll see exactly what he can bring us for game 2, though, because, again, best of 3.
They're trying to load. They're going to get to load in here. No, they can do it. They don't have to try. But PraY, the silent killer here. We didn't hear him talking too much. And as you said before, the players can now communicate in-game. But he did not. He just was silenced the whole time. He was smiling, enjoying the fact that he kept getting himself in the lead. Crowd enjoying it as well. And we will see if PraY can do it one more time. Wouldn't that be something if we get PraY and Double Lift going in for the finals? 2 of the 80 carries.
That would be pretty intense.
Or 2 mids.
I know, that's the thing. I'm wondering, do we get 2 of the same role? Do we then kind of have to definitively find out which of them is better? When it comes to the roles, 80 carries, mid laners, which one's the better 1v1? You would assume perhaps mid laners, just from the fact that that's their dynamic. That's where they always sit, 1 versus 1 in that middle lane. 80 carries, however, have the meta in this mode. Everything is about the champions they play day in, day out.
I wonder how long it'll hold for. You can always look at another 80 carrier mid and be like, remember when 80 carries were better?
It's going to cause a lot of arguments with the teams here, especially on a team like TSM. I feel like depending on if Double Lift or Bjergsen win that, it's like this is who gets the resources for all of our games for the next split.
It's so true. 2 TSM members in the 1v1 finals. And could be in the 1v1 finals. And we actually, a lot of people thought of that when he joined TSM. There's 2 very prominent minds, 2 very mechanically sound players, and we'll see if they can do 1v1 well. Hopefully they can do a bot lane and a middle well.
Hopefully. I mean, Bjergsen normally has a good few other people helping him out in mid lane. When it comes to it, he's like, just give me everything, guys.
Pocket jungler, pocket top.
Yeah, just... Oh, dear.
Crew chilling. Everybody's hanging out here at the LCS. I should say All-Stars, the LCS Arena. 2015 All-Star event.
A couple of familiar faces. I believe there's Golden Glue hanging out in the
indeed.
stands. And seeing what he can pick up here, perhaps, for the next split. I'm really interested in that dynamic if we get 2 TSM players. That would actually be quite funny if it did decide some of the strategy for the next split.
Absolutely, because then it decides who actually gets more viewers when Double Lift or Bjergsen stream. So, of course, they want to win.
This decides who hosts the other when they're live. Yeah. It's just like, you can't have this today.
I'm streaming today. You're hosting me. Remember when I beat you in 1v1? That's the ultimate victory that they're getting out of.
That's how TSM actually used to decide who would wash up, right? On their own shows, they used to have 1v1 tournaments. So you'd think Bjergsen should be pretty good at this. He is now 0-1 down in this best of 3, though.
We'll see what he can do.
I see where this is
going
already. Yeah. Points for effort. You got it. Nailed it, I think. This is where they spell something else out.
Really good at Wheel of Fortune, don't worry.
Oh, dear.
So the Rengar Zillion, PraY's got it. He knows what he wants.
Oh, I actually wrote Ezreal down as the ban here. I'm like, they're messing me up here.
When everything gets inside your head, there it is. The Echo, the Anivia, Bjergsen coming up with the bans quick. We'll see if PraY can finalize one more game here. All of these are best of 3. Remember, the loser still gets 25 points for their team, so Fire's getting 25 points out of this, no matter what. It looks like they're going to spell it each time, so it's not going to be a mystery for us. Once they get down, hopefully they don't spell something weird next time. We just have to watch another zillion farm fest for days on days on days.
I'm surprised that Bjergsen's taking this. Although Ezreal, he did play a little bit this season with the Runeglaive. I would just be like, come on, you're going to play me in a Syndra mirror. Syndra, spell it out. And then Bjergsen's like, ha, I got you. And then game 3, they play something like a top laner, which neither of them really have too much experience on. But Ezreal Mirror looks to be the name of the game. We've actually saw this between 2 LATAM players in IWCA, and it resulted in 2 people standing behind their minion wave for quite a long time, until one finally got like an item break point, had more damage, and just went in.
If it wasn't so damn mana intensive, I'd love to see a Jace Mirror matchup. That'd be fantastic. Dodging shock blast, going in, hammering each other away. It'd be pretty brutal. Once each other's knows you going into hammer form, you're like, well, I guess I'm going into hammer form too.
Going in. You just knock back each other with the...
Yeah, at the same time. Smash them back, get your % health damage. Let's go, game 2. We're getting in right now. Bjergsen versus PraY. Bjergo looking to get one under his belt here. PraY really taking it to him in that first game. We got Ezreal versus Ezreal. Looks like Bjergsen's going with Explorer as well, so he's going to explore what other options he has getting into this game.
He's going to have to find something golden in this game.
Yeah, he does.
He needs it to stay in the 1v1 tournament right now. I wonder, what are we getting? Oh, both Explorer Ezreal. Wow. Man.
Gentlemen.
I hope this isn't the same kind of mirror as yesterday, where it's no items, no no spells. That was actually one of the best 1v1s I think we've had.
That was fantastic. Because like you knew it was going to get intense, but for 10 minutes it wasn't. You're like, this is going to be worth it, but right now I'm watching paint dry.
That's actually, that's...
Ooh, Reginald.
I see what you did there, Rick. Oh, dear.
I love it. It's great. Okay. So let's see what we have. Crowd's ready. Players are ready. We are on to the abyss, and we are ready for some more 1v1. Fire Bjergsen, Fire PraY. They are about to match in the middle.
6-6-18 for both, Grasp the Undying for both, but the difference...
No.
I know, I was going to say. Look, we've got to go through the housekeeping room, I'm sorry.
I know.
At this point, though, Bjergsen is running about 80 more health, has less armor, and actually less magic resist as well. So PraY is running 7 extra MR in this setup. So,
was it Bjergsen? I'm trying to remember. I remember you saying it before. Was it Bjergsen always trying to run the health?
Yeah, he was running health into Kira, actually, in that Lucian Kira matchup, and it actually won Bjergsen the game, because he was able to take 2 more auto attacks. So interesting in this setup that PraY still opting for the armor, still opting for, actually opting for more magic resist. Of course, Ezreal does have a little bit of AP damage in his kit, but that's a significant amount of MR that PraY has.
So Bjergsen always likes to get that early ward in. Hasn't really helped him out too much, but he's hoping for a play within the next few seconds to get a mystic shot in that brush if PraY were to go in. Nothing's going to come of it, just vision for now and safety to start the game. He kept it even for quite some time. Level 4, level 5 is when it started to get tougher for Bjergsen, and PraY really got an advantage once he had all 3 abilities.
Yeah, and it tends to be in these AD carry mirror matchups specifically that not a lot is going to happen in the early game without one of these 2 players making a monumental mistake. And that you'd have to pretty much tank an entire wave of creeps to actually turn a game around this early on. So it really is a good 5-6 minute game before it really starts to open up. And that's where you see the differences. So right now, it's all just about the farm game. Who can get that little push on, who can try and get just an edge, deny a creep or 2 from their opponent. And you can see right now, PraY does have the even CS with Bjergsen. Nobody's really phased right now.
Looks like this should pretty much just center itself. Bjergsen has those 2 to clean up before he starts the next wave, and still tied right now. They were definitely taking piercing light shots previously, but full health at this point with Grasp of the Undying, so no one really worse for the wear right now. See if Bjergsen can actually hit some mystic shots. They're doing great positioning behind minions. It's super easy, but it's easy to also forget when you're just farming. Oh, I stepped out. Now I'm actually under 100 HP.
Yeah,
or full HP, I should say.
Yeah, and at this point, relics will spawn. Of course, 75 seconds on the cooldown on those, so PraY kind of has an ever so slight advantage in the fact that Bjergsen took his just to get the extra mana back, make sure he could even up any kind of pushing that PraY's trying to do, because you can see there's a big stack in front of Bjergsen right now. He's letting it push all the way into the turret, and we will see the added damage come out. Good job for Bjergsen that one was pretty much just in the right spot.
Right.
But that's how difficult it is. If you don't set up the minion from the melee minions first, you're never gonna get it.
Arcane Shift, Q hits as well, so Bjergsen down in CS a little bit if they were to go continuous wave for wave, but he does have a bit of damage. The Relic's there, Mystic Shot into the Relic, so he denies a bit of that health. Bjergsen still has his, no, he does not have his to pick up, sorry.
And at this point, PraY is just trading a little damage onto himself, trading his health for the added CS that he has. Does miss that one, however, so everyone that Bjergsen denies by making a play like this using Vision.
There's the Ignite, Bjergsen could be very close to taking him down. Essence Flux goes in, he's got it! No way! 3 minutes, 30 seconds! Bjergsen ties it up 1-1. PraY laughing it off, but he still can't believe it.
Really nice, and what he did there was punish PraY for trading 300 health just for a couple of extra minions, then gets all the way, uses the Vision, because there's a minimum amount of range creeps here, so Bjergsen knows with only 2, if he can get everything off in that trade, he's going to be able to take the kill. Bjergsen takes him down, puts himself in a tied series, 1 game apiece.
I was just about to say, if PraY works it like this, usually you see players go down about 200 health, and then it seems like they take no shots. It's almost like they got so much better, and they're playing much more mechanically well. But then he, as we said, doesn't have any minions to stand behind. That's what was keeping them alive. Takes that damage. Bjergsen goes in, sees his opportunity, and seizes that.
Yeah, normally trading health, as you said, not so bad in that situation. You can get that little bit of a lead, keep yourself in the game. But we've had Lucian, we've had Ezreal. What's next? What do we think is up next? I would love to see a mid laner.
What can they spell? It has to be 6 letters.
Yeah, it has to be 6 letters. We could have Zillion again.
Yeah.
Now you're putting me on the test. Try and figure out how many 6-letter.
I don't know.
I'm not so good with 6 letters. I'm getting help with Ziggs. Apparently, you could have. We have seen Ziggs as well. Clear Love with that Ziggs play, the satchel charge from day 1. That was a pretty sweet play.
That was absolutely amazing. So I was not feeling well that day. It was passed out on the couch listening to it, and when I heard it, I went back and watched it, and I was like, why am I missing today? Why am I not there? Did some cure remedies, back in the game, and these guys are too. Bjergsen getting himself that 1. We are all tied up now, and we are going to see if they can snuff each other out. It is going to take a Fire member out, as we said before. Fire versus Fire. 25 points still going to the loser, which is good for the team. Ice just got 100 in tandem random. So if Fire's got to do something here. We tied everything up after the first few days. It was looking super grim. Ice was up 300%. Fire pretty much hadn't scored a point. Man, it was rough. We're going to see what happens here. We could, I don't even know what we're going to have here. A D.
Draven.
Is going to be a
I would love it.
There it
Draven
is. You're
mirror.
right.
Give me the Draven mirror, boys. I am so ready for this.
The Draven mirror is going to happen. It's getting a little frosty out here, but no ice is playing. Let's listen into the strategy of both Fire players.
E, please.
Narsers.
Not much
He's OP.
Alright.
Draven. Same spell. Ignite. Exhaust.
Exhaust Ignite, yep.
Okay.
Can't hear him.
I like blue skin. You like other skin?
All right, so
Wait.
quite silent, but ready to go. Knowing what they wanted to do, it seems like they had discussed it before in the Fire locker room. We'll do the Ezreal, we'll do the Lucian, and we'll do the Draven. So I think PraY was just lying to us. He's like, I don't want that matchup, but we'll pick all mirrors.
I love it that
Don't worry about it.
this is Bjergsen really, really confident in his Draven right now because PraY used Draven earlier on in the competition. He played it into Kennen on day 2, I believe, and managed to take down his opponent. I will double check exactly who that was. That was when he took down Madlife. PraY took down his brother in arms.
The Draven Kennen.
Yeah, that's
Which was absolutely a fantastic matchup. Also a kill, or a CS matchup, wasn't it? Kill. That was a CS matchup.
I believe that was.
Yes.
Yes.
So PraY actually did have a CS matchup. I forgot about that. I thought it was only Froggen who went that route, the dirty route of CSing only and convincing his opponents to do it with him. That man could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
You stumped me with that one. There's so many things that as a Brit, I'm like, what is wrong with this? I'm like, is that a normal American?
It's from a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't make
Sorry,
that up.
now people are going to be tweeting me. Like, I can't believe you've not seen this movie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is all on the line. Winner advances. Loser walks away with 25 points. Not a bad consolation prize. You're also made it this far in the 1v1 tournament. So there's a little, you brush that off on your shoulder. We'll see, though. PraY took the first game. Bjergsen, 3 minutes, 30 seconds in the Ezreal mirror match, taking game 2. And now we are on to game 3. Whoever takes this advances to the finals. And we are on to the abyss. The crowd is ready. We are ready. Bjergsen and PraY are ready. Let's light the fire on this match. Round 3.
Let's just hope this one doesn't turn into a bit of a clown fiesta with the amount of juggling that's going to go on here, because these two, we'll see exactly what they go for. Runes and Masteries, there is a difference in the skin. That's that's one little tiny difference.
I gotta go with Bjergsen on this one, obviously.
You do?
Caster Draven.
That is true. That is true. Again, Bjergsen's running extra health, PraY running extra armor. So to help Bjergsen out in the last game, punish PraY when PraY took a little too much damage off the minions, but right now you can see ever so slightly, it's about 80 health once again. Looks like they're using the same rune page.
And if you may have heard in the past, following Mr. PraY, also known as Praven, for his Draven proficiencies.
Oh dear.
Very good. You can see how well he can throw his axes around. We'll see right now if that proficiency is still there. Is it a second nature? We saw it from Aframu for a bit. Now we'll see if PraY can also do that. Aframu also going out just in the quarterfinals yesterday. His Froggen, I should say, in that Zillion matchup.
Bjergsen actually trading more damage onto PraY than he is on the minions right now, but it is even because PraY did throw out a couple of auto attacks himself, so Bjergsen does have about the extra auto early. We'll be able to get that level just earlier. No, okay, this has now evened up, so both of them will throw out the auto attacks. Very, very intense, very slight differences.
The ultimate troll here is going to be an axe catch, right? When you get close enough and you actually catch the other Draven's axe, which is a possibility, and that's when you lose a lot of damage in this matchup.
That's true. You stand aside, run.
Oh, catch it!
There you go.
Walk on him, catch it! Oh, that's PraY. PraY in the lead. PraY's got to turn back now. Bjergsen actually has the advantage with the exhaust. A few more attacks. Is Bjergsen going to the finals? No. PraY hightails it out of there just in time. Both have popped their biscuits. We'll see if they can keep themselves alive. That sounded good.
An auto and an ignite would have been enough from Bjergsen, but he was respecting the fact that I believe PraY still had stand aside up, so that extra damage. Here he goes!
Oh, he missed the stand aside. Both axes still being caught. Bjergsen chooses not to ignite without that E hitting. Or I should say W hitting.
Wait, PraY didn't skill stand aside. He skilled his W instead, so there's a little less damage. Yeah, he skilled the movement speed. I guess he was just looking for that extra boost. Bjergsen is level 3, PraY is level 3.
He might have had to do it in the situation where he kept himself alive.
May very well be the case there. One auto and an ignite.
Grasp of the Undying is keeping Bjergsen so healthy right now, and he is just having a field day in front of the turret. This is going to be even hard for PraY now. He's going hard! Bjergsen's going to get it! The ignite! It goes down, and so does PraY! Bjergsen moves on to the finals, 2-1.
And Bjergsen beats PraY at his own game here, takes the triple AD carry mirror, and, you know, works out so well.
Wow.
Yeah, NA mid laner right now. Bjergsen, let's take another look at that killing blow moment, because he just already had the health. He knows if he takes one turret shot here, he's fine. PraY's gonna tick down, didn't even take it in the end. Bjergsen gets the win.
That is incredible. I feel like the Ezreal really had help there for him with that rune glaive he played in the middle of the season, played it well, practiced it a lot, and it came out strong there. We saw the proficiency of PraY's Lucian. But wow, let's hear it for Bjergsen one more time. Moving on to the finals for Fire. Possibly picking up 150 points, 25 for PraY. So Fire still collecting a few points there. GG, well played indeed.
And you can see just how effective that extra health is. Just the ability to take like 2 more autos is enough for Bjergsen just to take these trades in the early game. As long as it's a mirror in that situation, just able to take the trades, put the damage down, held his ignite for just long enough. Good play.
So Bjergsen advances to the finals, will play for 150 tournament points. PraY is out, earns 25 for his team, and we see the bracket now. Froggen versus Doublelift. This is where Ice could be melted completely out of the competition, but Froggen has been a CS monster.
Oh, he has. He's also been a monster when it comes to his, different champions. He brought out the Nasus. I can't wait to see what he's brought. Neil said he's got something funny.
He does. And as we send it down to Dash for our second semifinals, let's hear what Doublelift thinks of his best of 3 matchup.
Put your hands together for PraY! There we have it, gentlemen. May the waves be ever in your favor. Let's lock and load.
All right, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ripping to Biz in the third here with James Stress O'Leary, and it's time for more 1v1s. However, these get a little bit harder for the players as you don't just bring out one champion. It's a best of 3. You have to have a strategy all game long, and these games definitely count.
Oh yeah, for anybody maybe that didn't catch the 1v1s before, let's quickly run over exactly how to win.
Yes.
100 CS, first blood, first tower, that's the name of the game. You got to do it at least twice. 3 times is one too many, so never seen me play this game, but it is...
I'm not gonna lie, Thunderlord's Decree Lux is the bee's knees at this point. I absolutely love it.
It's
As a Lux
synergy
player.
once again. It's the double lift, it was
The Lucian band, there it is.
Yeah, the
still
Lucian
there.
band. So... Lucian mirror matchup is what's coming up. We just saw Reckless say, I don't want to see a Lucian mirror matchup. We've had enough of them.
But he's like, you know what? But I'll pick it. So you're the bad guy if you pick it and mirror me. And it is probably going to be that mirror. One is locked in. They'll see it once both are. And they're going to be loading into game. So we'll have also what they're going, mainly Grasp of the Undying for these guys and the AD carries as they run through. And the Exhaust Ignite has kind of been the deal that they go through. We've seen 1v1 top lane tournaments, on Twitch and stuff that people will realize Longsword Pot's, now Doran's Pot, and it's evolved. But
it should be pretty good. As you said, strategy comes into it now. You got to maybe have a second pick coming out.
Gotta have an ace up your sleeve. These guys have never gone for a turret. I don't know if we will see that. It usually gets a little too aggressive in the beginning of the game. But overall, we've had a lot of CS in the past few days, and that's mainly to Frog. We'll see him playing in just a little bit. Right now, Bjerg versus PraY. These guys have had kills all across the board, so expecting another kill throughout this matchup. Getting out of this group guarantees you 50 points. Staying in this semifinal group gets you 25 points for your team. So everybody's guaranteed now 25 points. Who is going to be on the stage?
Well, it's really, really important for our second game that Team Ice pick up points. But this one is a Team Fire, Team Kill, but it guarantees one. Yeah, it does, but it's also the good side of that is it guarantees the Team Fire player in the finals. So regardless here, they will be happy. They've already bagged this half of the bracket's points. One added dynamic to today's 1 versus 1s. Previously, the 2 opponents were able to talk to each other in Champion Select. Now they can talk to each other in-game as well.
No.
So
that's fantastic.
Just in case you wanted to rub in a little bit of the
mind game. It's so good.
So good.
Looks like they're in Champion Select. We'll be in there seeing what they pick and ban quite soon. There's been a lot of the Caitlyn, Kindred, Lucian, and Lulu being banned out in the past few days. Finally, a beautiful picture of Freak there over the shoulder of PraY. What a gorgeous gentleman he is. And we're going to see what these guys have for each other. Obviously, a little bit of chit-chat back and forth. We'll see if they spell anything out. The spelling bee has been a thing in the bans lately. It looks like it's just going to be a regular bans.
Wow, I don't know about regular. I was going to say, PraY's there like, I don't play Lux. I don't know whether you...
The home stretch, day 4 of the 1v1 tournament. There's plenty of excitement in the air as fans are rallying behind their favorite players. We've only got 4 contenders left. And here we go. We got to get into the first one. As Shocks mentioned, these are best of 3s. And starting on the blue side for Team Fire, legend has it, he feeds on the tears of high elo North American mid laners, that or Pulsa. Put your hands together for Bjergsen! And his opponent on the red side from Korea's LCK, the world's finalist ADC who's climbed the ladder with his marksman.